We're going to quickly go through the patio, the back work area, and the garage to show you some highlights of what we have. We've got a picnic table that my father built, very sturdy, and he did a good job. We don't eat on it much, but it sure is nice when Freddie the freeloader sits up here. He's easy to pet here, and I can give him a thorough checking every morning when I take my morning walk and check for ticks on him. Since we're living in the country, we keep an eye out for that. He does real good at staying clean, and he's a pretty good dog. This is Freddie. Like they say at the Westminster Dog Show, this is Freddie. Freddie the rescue dog. Far from a purebred, but he's a smart dog that's a good thinker. All right, the picnic table again here. We use it to pin against our door here. We use a couple railroad ties with handles on that I used to use under machinery when I worked on. I put handles on them, and they make super nice, strong door stops so that the wind doesn't pull these units out of the wall like it has been in the past. It blocks it both ways with the picnic table and the door stop. The same with the other door on the generator and a little larger door stop that works nice with a handle on. So the patio doors are a nice feature. We got a lot of people once in a while, and they come in and out, and plenty of room and a nice breeze that comes through here from the garage door. Our little work area here, the cabinets are an excellent idea to keep things out of sight. Our mow right by display that we put up. This is for farmers here. I keep track of, since we moved here with this dry erase board, of the year 2016, 2017, 2018 events. You'll see, like in the fall, when do we fertilize? October 12th, 16, October 10th and 17. This October, I'll put that down. When did the corn pop up? Corn popped up 5/9, May 9th, April 28th that year, and May the 10th this year. So I do everything like the beans. Rip the ends open, feel their ends, spray, plant, other farmers plant, beans pop up, fertilizer spray, harvest, bushels per acre and price. I do that with all the crops, corn, beans, wheat, and second crop beans. I used to keep track of taxes, but it seems like instead of them being the public servants, I'm the servant to them. And I got so mad I'm not going to keep track of taxes, because every time you look at it you get madder and madder. Other notes on here, wasp spray the eaves, light fixtures 6/1, 7/15, 8/30, Japanese beetles, June 15th to 8/15, prune, February, March, apple, cherries, grapes, first spray May 24th on the leaves, had holes on. Here's where I keep tallies of the rain by month, 2016, 2017, 2018 so far, and down here I mark the actual days in a month. April 3rd we had 2.3, April 16th we had 1.5, April 19th we had 5 inches or 0.5 of snow. Up here I keep track of the latest snow in a year. April 19th we had snow, 4/29/18 we had a frost. And here I noted a frost on the corn. It came out okay. The beans I wasn't sure of, but they came out okay too on a little bit heavier frost. But you can see how I keep track of the rain month by month, day by day. Then on the totals, I will take that total up here for the monthly total. It's a nice little handy board, and it takes a little bit to set up, maybe an hour or two, but it only takes 5 seconds to write down the data once these events occur, and it's a handy little thing. Now the workbench is really nice. If you are a higher energy person, this is very nice. I've got every shoe for every outdoor occasion here for outdoor events. The sink is a very nice thing to have in the house. It's over our Geo unit. You look at the Softener Salt Dolly website.com website, and you'll see it. Here we've got the water heater in here, the salt tub in here, the kinetical softening system in here, and the pressure tank in here, all insulated and very neat. And you don't have to worry about it freezing. It's about, I would say, from the outside temperature to what's in there is a 50-degree difference. Here we've got the Softener Salt Dolly system, where I never lift another salt bag again. You can read about that or see about that in the softenersaltdolly.com website. Here is a nice thing, just like the door stops on the outside. I've got a little connection here that keeps the breeze from blowing the door shut. Over here, I just have a bungee cord connected up to each other that holds that door and keeps it from blowing away. Go into our garage now. It's 24 feet wide, a nice sized garage. I don't know what the depth is, maybe 30 feet, but there's plenty of room here. And if you didn't have a work area built on your garage and you wanted that water system, you will see that if you would have placed the design of your house, your crawl space door on the other side of the steps, you have plenty of room in here to put even your sink and your geothermal echo unit, heat exchanger, and your water heater, softener, pressure tank. Just like they went through the wall there for that piece of pipe plumbing, they could do the whole unit here. You no longer have to carry your bags downstairs or anywhere. You got it right where the trunk of your car is, where even if you don't have the salt dolly lifting them for you, you don't have them very far to carry. So you've got plenty of room in your garage on an interior wall to place your water system and make your life better. We've got coat racks for keep our winter work clothes here, summer work clothes here. This is the dog's chair. He rests. He does a lot of resting. This is a blackboard. I put events in our life here. Big red oak, we planted that September of 1915. Pressure tank we put in at that would be April of 2016. The cement job 5 times, 624, 711, 722, 819, 92 of 2016. Annually, 4/1, change the furnace filter, 4/1, turn on the outside faucets, October 1, turn off the outside faucets and drain, change the flag, keep track of how many salt bags we use, Buckeyes football scores, just a nice little blackboard. Plenty of cupboard and storage space in the garage, very nice. This is something funny, you'll get a kick out of it. It's called the Perfect Man. My dad had this 50 years ago in a garage. Now, there is a man who never drinks, nor smokes, nor chews, nor swears. He never gambles, never flirts, and shuns all sinful snares. He's paralyzed. There is a man who never does anything that is not right. His wife can tell just where he is at morning, noon, and night. He's dead. And my brother thought I always got away with stuff, so he wrote on the bottom of this when we were kids, "It's Tom Carter alive." So it's a nice little funny thing. I kind of like to keep it around. Here's something that's nice. My dad invented this. It's a softener salt tub. It's got a board across the top with holes in it and slots back here, and another board about right here with the same holes and slots, and I'm holding it up. And you put every tool that we need here: shovel, yard rake, garden rake, a little puller, lawn rake, another little stabber puller, snow shovels, a hose, you name it, pruners and trimmers. But that little tub there sure makes your walls clean as far as leaning them up against the walls and everything, so that's a nice idea. Over here we got 2x3 plastic trim boards, and what the future use of them is, if you look up here at these ceilings, you'll see cracks forming every 4 feet, and within about 10-15 years they're going to be pronounced. And you can see this is a nice ceiling, needs to be taken care of. Now, I did this at the other house. I'm going to take them 2x3 boards and put them up and kind of put a trim board across that crack to make it look nice and hide those cracks. Not a big job or anything, might take an afternoon, but that's what those trim boards are for. Now, this cardboard tube is something unique too. You'll see the tires and how I'm parking my car in here. You see how the tires are here? Well, when I back up, that rear end's going to swing away, and guess what happens? As that moves away from that garage door, there's much more clearance for this mirror. You drive straight in and straight out, you're always coming close with this mirror. You park your car in a garage like this, where you I'll basically show you the path of how this car is parked. That white car comes in from this side, and it pulls over here, and I aim for that cardboard tube. I try to hit it, but for months I have not been able to hit it. I must come close to it, but when you pull in here, then you kind of turn away out like that. Then when you back out, you're going to back away from that wall here on your garage door, and you're always, I'd say, at least 1.5 feet, 2 feet away without even trying of your mirror clearing that. And the same with the my wife's car. She will pull it in from this side over here and angle it in here. Just everybody else pulls them straight in. This way works really good. She'll pull in right from over here, and she'll aim for these steps. She never even gets close to them, and then she kind of angles it away, and that's the way to park a car. When she backs out, her rear end's going to go out that way. This mirror's going to be 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from that garage door. The other nice thing about parking like this is usually there's plenty of door clearance here in the middle. You can open up your door. You can be careless and thoughtless sometime and not hit the other car because you've angled away from each other in the front here. Both of these doors have plenty of clearance. So while we're on automobiles, I want to talk about people that have the mental maturity of an 8-year-old. Public sector officers had to make a law that people go over instead of dusting them. There's just people that just don't have the mental development or the courtesy to figure this out, so they had to make a law. That's why we have so many regulations. We got people doing stupid things and crooked things, and they make laws. I know in Indiana they made a law where you have to give a bicycle 6 feet or so. Really made a person I know super mad. I don't know what's wrong with her, but I says, well, that guy might have a family, and you're going to dust him? And I don't know. It's just some people are weird. But move over, just like mowing the yard here. Some people wave and move over, just excellent thinkers. Others will just go right by and dust you right on the edge of the road. You can see a 1/4 mile each way. It's about like getting on an entrance ramp. You'll have some people where there won't be a car in a 1/2 mile anywhere, and you want to merge onto the ramp, and they're right there, and they won't get in the other lane. So I guess the only thing you can do is, under your breath, say a few words and just wait till they get out of your way and then get away from them, because they're going to have an accident someday because they're not too bright. So that's about automobiles and moving over and parking. Other things in the garage is these steps we made. There used to be just one step that went into the house. We made 2 steps here. Used plenty of deck screws to make sure there's no squeaks on anything. We put indoor-outdoor carpeting on it. And it looks really nice. Same with our crawl space door going into the crawl space. That's really nice. It used to be real heavy 2x6s there. I put a 3/4 inch thick plywood, and we never step on this, but even if you were, it'll hold you in case you made a mistake. And then we put another step here. That used to be nothing there, just a big drop off down, and did this. They both came out nice looking and everything. Just some ideas on how the landing. We come out of here and we go out here most of the times. The only thing about indoor-outdoor carpeting is every piece of filt sticks to it. So we cut rubber runners material and formed them over it, and we took these off to show you how they were made, but we usually have a rubber runner cut to size over them. That makes cleaning extremely easily, and you just sweep it off or take a rag and wipe it off. Here's something that's kind of nice and handy. I made an old snow shovel that was wore out. I just took some screws, attached it to a furniture dolly, and put a piece of carpet on it, and this is what we pull out to the trash on Friday mornings. Makes it much easier and much cheaper than buying whatever's on sale. So this is kind of the garage. Plenty of cupboard space in here. I've got a motto: if you don't use it, get rid of it. Sentimental things, you'll find that your sons and daughters, when you die, all they do is throw it in the trash anyway. So if you don't use it, get rid of it. I don't store anything in my attic. I don't store anything in my crawl space. It's just a courtesy to my sons when I die, that instead of having to move 10 trailers of stuff, their life is easier, and there's no sense in holding it anyway. So if you're kind of looking for a house layout between the back patio, the concrete job on the perimeter, the garage here, they're all ideas. We're going to go up in the attic next time, next film, and show you some things up there that needs some thought about. As I pulled the trash dolly away, I saw my drain. Now this is very important too. Since we moved in, we could open that door and go in the house, and for just a little bit we could smell something. And once you were in the house 5 seconds, you couldn't smell it anymore. But every time you went in, there's something here. What is it? And just enough you knew it was there. And some guests that come in could smell it, some didn't. We'd always ask after they got in, did you smell anything there? Some of them said yeah, some of them said no. But what it was this drain goes out to field tile. And we had a guest come, and he worked on field tiles. He says, plug that drain and see if that smell goes away. So we put a plug, a little $5 plug in there. It expands, crank it down and it expands and seals, and that smell disappeared. Now we asked all kinds of professionals for months, heating people, plumbing people, everybody said, what do you think that's coming from? Nobody could figure that out. We had cardboard in the crawl space before we redid it. And we thought, well, maybe the cardboard was molding and coming up. So Dad had cardboard down there, about a half a trailer of it. And we took it out and we thought, well, maybe that's it. But that wasn't it either. So our friend that told us about the field tile, and we plugged that, and the smell went away. So if you ever have a smell in your house that's mystifying and nobody can figure out what it is, go directly to that drain if you have one in the garage, and put a plug in it, seal it up. Now it's easy to take in and out if you want to wash your car, but plug it, and I will just about bet that you've just found what the source of that odor was. The ventilation in the house would draw it in through the doors just enough because of the ventilation, and it also did the same thing in the crawl space. The first time you went down a crawl space, you smelled it. So check out, if you have a smell problem, check out that drain in your garage. You see our garage door opener there. I put some white plastic trim up through the wire where it used to be just dangling there. Also on the wires coming down to the garage door openers on the side of the wall, I put plastic trim up and down here on each side, and it gave it a nice finished look. Another thing I just looked at and saw was, you look at these black bases on these lamps. You can see where the bees every year come and congregate there. And I'll show you around the back of the house. The bees and the wasps, I have to spray twice a year to keep them from hiding. I believe they see the dark spot and think that's a hole, and they congregate there. Now, what I would suggest is what I have on the back here. Up there, for some reason on the east eaves they accumulate. And on my dry erase board, I write down 3 dates that I spray. And the middle of July is one of those dates, so I've got to spray in the next day or two there, just to prevent them. Now you see that light there with a white base. We never see bees or anything around here. I do believe those black bases from a distance, a wasp leaks, there's a hole there. And if you notice bees and wasps in the different wood frames, they'll try to buzz and get into those wood holes. So I believe the dark spot on those bases, on those lights out front, draw them in. And I would recommend, if you build a house, put a white base on those lights instead of dark, and it possibly may keep you from getting the wasp problems we have consistently every year around them black bases. Came out here, and I noticed that I didn't tell you about we used to have the generator wire, flexible 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch flexible conduit coming up over here draping down, didn't look too good at all. So I tried to figure out how to get it covered up, and this is plastic spouting. And I took a 1x1 board, anchored it to the wall, then I anchored the spouting to that 1x1 board and finished it off, and it looks a heck of a lot better than what that unfinished flexible conduit draping up and down over there. I used some excess pieces over here that was left over as a facing on this shelf. We put our screens up here, and a couple bolts anchor it there, and a couple bolts anchor it here, and a couple at the end. But you can see how that's spider webs there. You can see how firm it fits there and how nice of a finish that is. So some plastic spouting came in handy, and we got creative with it, and we finished off this wall real nice. I'd like to put some pictures up there, in fact.
Section here with Dawn and my broom.
This is Judy's work. She's doing the whole back patio, getting the algae off. Wire brush, scrub brush. One hell of a job. She's got more energy than I do. Come here and smile.
I just want to stay out of that hot sun, honey.